few years ago, we had a snowstorm and our power was out for a few days. While our power was out, a lot of the food that we had went bad, and we weren't able to prepare anything that we had in our cabinets because we didn't have any power. At that time, we were basically snowed in. I was basically panicking. I ended up getting a phone call from a family member letting me know that Salvation Army was open and they were giving gift cards out to people in the community who didn't have any power for those couple of days. We went down and I was able to receive a $50 gift card from Food Lion. I was able to purchase more food and non-perishable items for me and my kids to last us those couple days. We never thought we'd be in a situation where we wouldn't have power or food for more than a day, to feed our kids and provide for them. So whenever we got the snowstorm and we didn't have any power, it was a total shock. And fortunately, Salvation Army was there in that desperate time that we could rely on them for them to help us to get food for our kids. Now I'm fortunate to work for an amazing company, Thomas Built Buses, and this year I was able to be a part of their charitable activities committee. I actually have younger siblings that attend the Southside Boys and Girls Club here in High Point, and they had a Halloween party that I got together with another set of employees here at my job, and we collected candy and bottled water, just support them having their Halloween party. So it was a great success. Because of the help that I received from Salvation Army during my time of need, it's made it easier for me to volunteer and do a lot of charity work within my community. It feels good to be able to give back to the community that was able to give to me in my time of need. Giving back is one of those joyous feelings that no one can take away from you. Without Salvation Army being there to assist us during that time, I'm not sure what me and my husband would have done to provide for our kids those last 2 days that we didn't have any power. So I'm grateful that Salvation Army was there in our time of need to assist us. Thank you.
I met my wife, Kathleen, when I was 6 and she was 5. We started dating when I was 15 and she was 14. One of the ways we dated was traveling on the athletic bus to our basketball games. We were married for 49 years, thanks to her forgiving spirit. We waited a few years before we had children, and we had 2. In June of 2014, she began to feel some discomfort, and they determined that she had cancer, and it was so severe that they recommended palliative care. We contacted hospice at that point, and before we arrived home, they were in our home setting up a bed for her and getting things ready to make her as comfortable as possible for her remaining days. They really they took care of everything and just got us through a very tough time. After Kathleen died, I really didn't know what to do. I became a part of a group of people dealing with grief. I needed that time to express myself and to talk about grief. I needed more counseling. I talked with Chasey over at hospice about doing that. That was invaluable. The opportunity to talk about my deepest feelings and what I was dealing with and finding new ways to move ahead. It took me a year and a half or so to really realize that I was getting better. Up until that point, I just was like someone who's was lost, and now I'm not. I met a a lot of wonderful people in my hospice counseling sessions, and there's one person though that has become very important in my life, and her name is Debbie Mellinger.
Cy is one of the nicest people I know. He has helped me so much throughout my journey, and throughout time our friendship grew into a different kind of relationship, and I'm just so lucky to have Cy in my life.
It was over a year and a half before I saw that I had a spark about her. We began to see each other more, and we're getting married in 2 weeks. I don't know if I would have made it without hospice care. But I cannot underestimate the feeling and the joy I have about my new life ahead.
Thank you.